Hi, everyone, and welcome to the special simulcast of the Neil Haley Show and the Cutting Edge Benefits Podcast with our host, Tom Quigley of ClaimLinx. Hey, Tom, what's going on, man?
Another day
Yes,
up
and you
in
have
Ohio.
an exciting guest for us today.
Oh yeah, we got Caitlin Tekulve. Caitlin's a sales rep for us. She hangs out and tries to get people to be motivated to saving money and improving benefits.
All
She's
right.
excited.
Okay, so let's learn a little bit about her background. Go ahead, Caitlin.
I feel like when you're passionate about something, and that I am saving people money, especially when it comes to healthcare, it's something I can stand behind. And absolutely, I 100%. I my heart's there, is what it is.
Yeah, so let's talk about your background in sales before you got to ClaimLinx.
Oh yeah, my background in sales. I worked for Lancôme, L'Oreal Luxe brand, for about over a decade. I was a regional makeup artist for Northern Kentucky, Indiana, Cincinnati. And I mean, that's just, you know, it's where my heart's been. I mean, it is like a very big transfer from industry to industry, but I feel like it really does transfer in the fact that it's about caring for the people that you're taking care of.
Exactly.
The
Tom,
passion behind that.
question for Caitlin.
Well, I think she should make us pretty before we get on the air. So the makeup, but I guess the thing that most new sales reps find out is conceptually what we're doing is a no-brainer. But the frustration is those folks who allow emotions to get in in the way of math. So what have you been saying to those people that tell you that, hey, we're all set? What do you? I mean, that's one of their famous lines. Yes, we're all set.
That's a great question. I love that, Tom.
What
Honestly, I've been pointing them to our savings calculator on ClaimLinx, where you just plug in the numbers and the math shows you what it is, and that doesn't lie.
No, it does not, but it's emotional, and it it one of the things that I find most amazing still to this day after doing this solution for 25 years is the office managers and the HR directors who try to skip, not do it because they're so afraid of doing. They don't want to work any harder, and they view this as they have to work harder. Have you had anyone tell you that? Literally, I've had them tell me, I've got to work harder, and it's like, yeah, that's your job. But have you had any office managers or HR people throw that one at you yet?
I have not, but I do feel like there are people who are comfortable in their jobs, and rightfully so. They or maybe they're in their second retirement, and but I still think saving your employees money and your company and the bottom line, adding value to your company at the end of the day, I mean, you really can't get away from that or deny it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, it is amazing how much money people, I mean, what's amazing is how much money they're giving away that they don't have to the insurance companies. That's the number one thing that just blows me away when people don't listen to what we're telling them to do is how much money they literally just are throwing away, giving it to an insurance company versus their employees. That that's the part I just don't quite
Right.
read.
I when I heard about the solution, Caitlin, over a year and probably a year, almost a year ago, maybe year and 2 months ago, I was so blown away to know really this can really happen. there's really an opportunity because you think about this is what you're going to pay and that's it. And the numbers don't lie at what they do at ClaimLinx. And there's no one that does it like ClaimLinx. So Caitlin, talk about specifically what people are saying since you've been prospecting so far. This would be interesting because this is always interesting to hear. Why do they say, oh, well, think about it? What are their biggest concerns when they hear something like a pitch like this?
I don't think it's necessarily concerns. It's getting the right person in front of, and who, I mean, getting Tom in front of them and bluntly explaining it. I feel like they understand because he's been doing it for so many years and he can just, pick them out of the crowd like, okay, you're not going to waste my time. Or, oh, you can save my company a lot of money. I feel
Right.
like, but feedback wise, I feel like I have gotten just different things. Oh, my main business, or what is it? My my main job pays, like, he's a business owner, but his main job pays for his insurance. I I was just like, okay, like
Yeah, it's
that
they
makes
just
more sense.
make
I
an
don't think you're a
excuse.
business owner.
Yeah, they just make excuses up is basically what they're doing to you. Is they're trying to be nice, but the reality is they just don't understand that what we're saying to them is life changing for some of them, especially the employees making 20-25 bucks an hour, even less. And they're it's that 200 bucks that they're giving away that they can get back each month is huge. It's just huge for them. And the owners, that don't get involved, I mean, truly they're hurting their employees is what they're doing. And
Yeah.
it's just crazy.
And you wonder why they put up, why it happens.
It's a guard, a shield, because unfortunately the insurance industry isn't the most, it's right up there with attorneys and politicians. So people don't trust a lot of the insurance agents. But when Caitlin, when you tell them that we work on what we save them, do you notice an attitude change?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like I'm a superhero in that aspect.
Yeah,
My kids love Buzz Lightyear, so
yeah, it's just amazes me that, yeah,
like,
that's what
or
I
what
tell
is your
them.
one
Go,
line that you're like, would I be your best salesperson if you got to say it. You got to say your punchline.
pretty much, I ask people, okay, I save you $100,000 in your your EBITDA, earnings before interest, blah, blah, blah. Value factor is 6. That means that I'm creating 600,000 of increased value to you. And if your profit margin's 5%, that's equivalent to a 2 million, to get 100,000 into the books, that's equivalent to a $2 million sale. Would I be your top salesperson if
Right.
I sold $2 million for you? And most of them are saying yes. And I say to them, I go, well, that's what I'm offering you. And I'm not going to make one sale for you because I'm going to shift the liability to the asset column. And that's what it's equivalent to. That's what you're missing.
It's
And
it's very, very
sometimes it's
interesting.
even higher.
Yeah.
It's insane, actually. And they don't, like I had one company, it was $1 million of savings, and they told me 5%. So I told them to create $1 million of revenue that increases your value by whatever your factor is. That's equivalent to a what 60, almost $1 million. That's equivalent to about 40, about a $20 million sale. It's what 5% is, $20 million. How many in a year do you make $20 million in sales?
You don't,
You know
and
what
get
the answer was?
get one $20 million sale. I guess only certain
Yeah.
people selling $1 billion stuff.
And they go, we've never had a $20 million sale. I go, that's what I'm offering.
Exactly. So,
I love
yeah.
it.
So, Caitlin, so far, getting to meet different people, what do you like so much more? What do you like best so far about working with ClaimLinx?
Oh, the family aspect of it, and that it's a family owned business. Everybody in the family works there. I'm so family oriented, and it's just given me an option to switch industries and learn a whole new industry. Going into my 30s, like I was ready for a change, and it's just like one of the core pillars of who I am. And that's what I love about it. I love the
Interesting.
way they treat us as employees. And I absolutely, hands down, love Tom. Love his wife. They're absolutely amazing. I've done best by my family always.
Interesting. So, family, Tom, how do you build it from family? Doing it for so long, you made it a family affair.
Well, we've tried to keep, you know, you invite friends and family in when you can help them. It took us a while to get going. Once we got going, though, yeah, it was easy. The only thing is people have to understand it's, business. Business is business, personal is personal, but a lot of times, yeah, people have situations in life, and you gotta play it. You gotta do what you can do, and that's all. And there's the COVID really made working different, in my opinion. COVID, everyone, the work from home, the work, whatever. Sales was always you could work wherever, but some of the employees themselves, they all want to work from home a day or and it's just you gotta adapt with the times. And working as if you adapt with the times, I feel a small business is a much better way to go versus working for the man or the woman at corporate America. Like, I see it all the time. So, yeah, it's interesting.
Exactly. And then in corporate America will let you go in a second versus a
Right.
business sees his family.
They do whatever they have to do they're all about their stockholders. Same with the hospitals now. A lot of them and insurance companies, they're for profit, a lot of them. And a lot of them are traded on NASDAQ or the Dow or whatever. All
Awesome.
they're all stocks. It takes the atmosphere out. So you gotta, what you do is you lead by example, and you hope that people follow. That's all you can do.
Which you absolutely do.
I appreciate that.
Now, so Tom, any other questions for Caitlin?
Just really what you have to do out there is what I tell them every day is call people up, ask them if they're willing to sit down and get on a webinar and listen. And when they do so, you'll make a lot of sales because math, again, doesn't lie. And the agents are out there working on how much you pay and trying to promote these new individual coverage, health reimbursement arrangements.
Oh my goodness.
Have you heard that buzzword, Caitlin? Icarus.
Yeah.
And I sit there,
We talked about Icarus before on the podcast.
they make 0 cents compared to a medical expense reimbursement plan. And it's like, why are you guys charging these fees? What do you do? You're hiring some outfit to do all the work for you, and you think that the owner should give you $100 a month per employee just to be a friend. I have news for you. Most owners don't really like insurance agents.
That's true.
Just to let you know. They view you as a necessity, and that's it. And if they could get rid of you and pay nothing, they would.
Yeah, and replace you with and then get rid of you and blame AI for why they got rid of you when it's not that's not the case at all. They're just cutting payroll.
You know, sometimes in life you got to look in the mirror and you got to say, hey, maybe it was my fault. Maybe I should have stayed with the times instead of relying on these bonuses. I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna find out what happens to corporate America for sure. So, Caitlin, where can people check you out, especially contact you if they want to learn more about ClaimLinx?
My email is ctekulve at claimlinx.com, or I can give you my link for my calendar if you want to book a appointment.
All right, and that's so. Ask for Caitlin, especially if you're watching this podcast, right, Tom? And they can speak with her, and then
Absolutely.
and go to claimlinx.com and go check out the calculator. It's mind-blowing what can be saved and how much people are paying for health insurance, and the employee how much they're paying, not just the employer. The employee is getting killed, and you're gonna
Hammered.
so hammered. It's terrible. All right, well, we appreciate it, guys. Thanks again. All right, that was
Thanks.
a special simulcast of the Neil Haley Show and the Cutting Edge Benefits Podcast, guys. Take care. All right, give me 1 second. Just trying to turn off the other recording. I lost the live stream.